Welcome back to Celeb Xpose, where the tea is always boiling. Buckle up because Piers Morgan just detonated on The View in a way that no one saw coming. This wasn't just some angry tweet or mild critique. Oh no, this was a verbal carpet bombing, a full-blown gloves-off, no-mercy assault. But what pushed him to go nuclear? According to Morgan, it's the same mob mentality madness, the self-righteous cancel culture brigade that swoops in like a swarm of angry wasps, screeching at anyone who dares have a different opinion. And if there's one thing Piers despises, it's cancel culture hypocrisy. For years, he's been on a warpath against it, calling it mob rule, thought policing, and even modern-day tyranny. He's called out celebrities, politicians, and even entire networks for caving to the pressure. But here's where things take a shocking turn. The same man who's been leading the crusade against cancel culture is now calling for ABC to cancel The View. Yep, you heard that right. In his scorching New York Post column, he ripped the show to shreds, calling it worthless, outdated, and nothing more than a daily Trump-bashing echo chamber. He didn't just criticize it, he pulled out the flamethrower and torched it. But hold on, does he have a point? Morgan claims that The View has devolved into a mindless hate fest, where actual discussions are dead on arrival, and if you dare to have a conservative opinion, forget it. You'll be laughed at, shouted over, or straight up canceled. But here's the real kicker. The so-called tolerant and progressive voices on The View didn't take this lightly. Oh, they clapped back, and let's just say, it got messy. We're about to spill every last drop of this piping hot drama. But before we do, slam that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the spiciest
as you know.
According to him, the show isn't just biased, it's an obsession. They don't just criticize him, they drag his name through the mud daily. And now, it's personal. Morgan took it up a notch, saying his worst nightmare would be being trapped on a deserted island with The View hosts, an endless, torturous cycle of arguments, hypocrisy, and insufferable lectures. Then, without hesitation, he went in for the kill. First target? Joy Behar. Morgan torched her over that infamous Halloween blackface controversy, slamming her for pretending it never happened. Then came Alyssa Farah Griffin, and this one hit hard. He exposed her for switching sides faster than a politician in trouble. She once gushed over Trump, calling him a brilliant leader. But now, she's painting him as the villain of the century. So, what's the truth? A real change of heart? Or just a strategic career move? But the fireworks didn't stop there. Sunny Hostin fired back, claiming Morgan was the real flip-flopper, but he shut that down fast. He called her out for attacking Nikki Haley, suggesting she faked emotions about her husband's military deployment. Then, he dragged her hypocrisy, blasting her for mocking Haley over not using her real first name. And then, Whoopi Goldberg. Morgan didn't hold back, reminding everyone about her suspension over Holocaust comments and reviving old scandals, including that explosive Roman Polanski defense that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. At this point, Morgan wasn't just making a statement, he was demolishing the show, brick by brick. And guess what? He's not alone. Even people who despise Trump are admitting he has a point. The View isn't a debate. It's a one-sided spectacle, a scripted political soap opera where only one opinion is allowed. Some say he's just as bad, but is he actually exposing the biggest lie on daytime TV? Morgan isn't just calling The View biased, he's saying it's a left-wing therapy session disguised as a debate. And honestly, where's the lie? The second a conservative guest walks in, it's a verbal bloodbath. No discussion, no exchange of ideas, just a one-sided roast session. And let's talk about that Kamala Harris interview. Morgan torched it. Joy Behar casually called Trump supporters crazies, while tossing Harris the softest of softball questions. And Harris? She nodded, dodged, and played it safe because she knew one wrong move could blow up in her face. Morgan's point? This isn't a real talk show. It's a scripted echo chamber where tough questions don't exist. And honestly, a lot of people agree. So, is Morgan just stirring drama? Or Morgan isn't just dragging The View, he's setting it on fire. To him, this isn't a talk show. It's a scripted, one-sided political rally where the audience claps like trained seals every time a conservative gets torn apart. No real debate, no actual discussion, just an echo chamber disguised as daytime TV. But here is where things get explosive. Morgan and his panel weren't buying a single second of it. First, they shredded Kamala Harris for sitting there completely unfazed, while Joy Behar casually called Trump supporters crazies. No reaction, no objection, not even a fake oops moment. It was the perfect political setup, and Harris walked right into it. And then, oh, you're gonna love this, Alyssa Farah Griffin, who used to be one of Trump's biggest defenders, is now acting like she's never even met the guy. Morgan's team ripped her apart, calling her flip-flopping act the most shameless, most cringe-inducing rebrand in political TV history. 1 minute, she's all in for Trump, calling him a brilliant leader. Now, she's practically applying for a job at MSNBC. Morgan held nothing back. He called out The View for turning into a political reality show, where the hosts act like they're fearless truth-tellers. But in reality, it's just a glorified safe space for one side of the aisle, casually threw out crazies to describe Trump supporters. No shock, no pushback, just an awkward silence. And instantly, people were hit with Hillary Clinton basket of deplorables flashbacks. But at least Clinton stood by her words. Harris? She flopped, fumbled, and mumbled her way through it. Then Morgan's crew went in for the kill. They mocked the absurdity of the vice president, one of the most powerful people alive, acting like she's helpless against a 77-year-old man with a bad tan and a worse comb-over. One commentator even dragged her, pointing out that she's backed by the strongest military on earth, yet she's acting like Trump is some unstoppable villain in a political horror movie. Instead of actually talking policy, she went full doom and gloom, repeating, "I'm afraid," like it's a campaign slogan. And here's where it gets even juicier. Some panelists jumped in to defend her, saying she wasn't trying to be inspiring, she was just playing it safe. She dodged landmines, stayed vague, and avoided any major controversy. Even on the race debate, she carefully walked the line, neither confirming nor denying that America is racist. A genius move, or just plain cowardice. But here's the cold, hard truth. The View isn't a talk show anymore. It's a scripted reality show with a political agenda. The hosts talk like they're political masterminds, but half the time, their takes are as deep as a kiddie pool. Piers Morgan sees right through it, and guess what? He's not alone. So here's the real question. Is he just stirring the pot, or is he exposing a show that's completely lost the plot? And that's the big question. Has The View turned into a political soap opera, or is Piers Morgan just calling it like it is? One thing's for sure. The awkward silence, the careful dodging, and the media spin aren't fooling anyone. The audience sees right through it. But what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Until stay tuned for next video.